situations with my ex-wife and with my daughter, and they both died the same way. And I take my part, and I take it hard for me even being a part of it.
What if everything you thought you knew about these iconic tragedies was just the surface of a far deeper, darker story? In a world where the glitz of fame and fortune hides more than it reveals, the controversial events surrounding the lives and untimely deaths of two beloved stars force us to question the official accounts. Tonight, we're peeling back the glossy veneer of celebrity to expose inconsistencies, unanswered questions, and a series of unsettling coincidences that have puzzled even the most seasoned observers. For decades, the legacy of these public figures has been shrouded in both adoration and mystery. Their names are synonymous with glamour and success, yet beneath that veneer lie secrets that continue to ignite debate and fuel speculation. While the world remembers them for their unforgettable contributions to entertainment, there remains a persistent whisper that the tragedies that befell them were not mere accidents. Instead, conflicting reports, peculiar evidence, and a series of unexplained events hint at a far more sinister truth. With every new piece of evidence that surfaces, the story grows murkier, leaving us to wonder what really happened on that fateful night, and why do the official accounts seem to skirt around the most damning details.
Ray J was the last person to see her alive. He let the dealer in, but she was sober, right?
The first tragedy that shook the world unfolded under circumstances that defied simple explanation. The sudden collapse of a legend, celebrated on stage and revered on screen, sent shockwaves through a community that had always taken her grace and resilience for granted. Initial reports painted a picture of an unexpected mishap, one that many were willing to accept as the unalterable consequence of a frail human condition. But as more accounts emerged, a disturbing pattern began to reveal itself. Eyewitnesses recounted moments of unease, subtle inconsistencies in the timeline, and hints of foul play that were quickly dismissed by official sources. What was initially described as a tragic accident soon morphed into a baffling mystery, leaving families and fans grappling with questions that the public narrative refused to address. In a twist that deepened the intrigue, another young soul, connected by blood and circumstance, met a similarly tragic end. The eerie parallels between the two incidents could hardly be a matter of coincidence. This second case, emerging years later, bore striking similarities to the first, a haunting mirror image in every unsettling detail. Both cases were marked by an inexplicable sequence of events that defied logic, each incident unfolding in a manner that left more questions than answers. The similarities in the physical evidence, the uncanny timing, and even the environment in which both tragedies occurred have led many to believe that these were not isolated misfortunes, but pieces of a larger, carefully orchestrated puzzle. At the heart of the controversy stands a shadowy figure, a man whose name has become almost synonymous with the murkiness surrounding these events. Known for his close connections to both of the high-profile cases, his involvement has been the subject of numerous allegations. Critics and supporters alike have pointed fingers, each account laden with passionate claims and fervent denials. The man in question has been described as both a trusted confidant and a potential mastermind behind events that shook the world. His presence at multiple key moments, along with testimonies from insiders who recall whispered conversations and unexplained behaviors, casts a long shadow over the official narrative. Although he vehemently denies any wrongdoing, the mounting evidence and relentless questioning by those seeking the truth have ensured that his name remains inextricably linked with these dark mysteries. Adding to the intrigue are the candid revelations from those who were on the periphery of these events. Friends, family members, and even on-set acquaintances have come forward with their own recollections, each adding a new layer to the unfolding drama. These insiders describe a scene of mounting tension where behind closed doors, things were not as they appeared on the surface. There are accounts of heated exchanges, unexplained absences, and sudden shifts in mood that suggested something far more sinister was taking place. One witness recalled the palpable sense of dread that seemed to hang in the air, a premonition of the calamity that was about to unfold. Others spoke of hushed voices in discreet conversations, as if everyone knew that there was more at stake than a simple accident. These accounts, while fragmented, have coalesced into a compelling narrative that challenges the sanitized versions presented by official reports.
Including their... And Brown is pointing fingers tonight about the tragic loss of his daughter, Bobbi Kristina.
To the labyrinth of theories, a disconcerting picture emerges, one that suggests external forces may have been at work. Questions arise about the possibility of a deliberate cover-up, orchestrated to protect powerful interests or to obscure inconvenient truths. Some believe that behind the scenes, influential figures may have manipulated the events, ensuring that the narrative would remain tightly controlled. It is speculated that these hidden agendas might have been designed to divert attention from more significant issues, creating a smokescreen behind which real motives were concealed. The notion that a broader conspiracy could be at play only intensifies the mystery, compelling us to look beyond the surface and demand answers where official channels offer little comfort. One of the most perplexing aspects of the entire saga is the array of inconsistencies that persist in every official explanation. For instance, the physical evidence collected at the scene, a puzzling combination of traces, conflicting timelines, and inexplicable absences, continues to baffle experts and amateur sleuths alike. There are details that simply do not align with the narrative of an isolated, accidental demise. Investigators have repeatedly pointed out that the reported circumstances bear little resemblance to the expected outcomes of a straightforward mishap. Instead, the discrepancies suggest that someone, or something, intervened to create a sequence of events that defied natural explanation. Each unanswered question deepens the intrigue, making it increasingly difficult to reconcile the official version with the troubling facts on the ground. Yet even as these inconsistencies mount, the final chapter of this saga remains shrouded in uncertainty. The tragic endings of these two lives, bound by an unsettling similarity, leave us with more questions than conclusions. Was it the tragic result of personal failings and unforeseen mishaps? Or was there a deliberate, calculated effort to obscure the truth? As we sift through the layers of conflicting evidence, one thing becomes clear. The mystery persists, defying a neat resolution and demanding that we keep searching for the answers that have long been hidden in plain sight. In the wake of these events, the impact on those who were closest to the stars has been profound. The public witnessed moments of raw grief, unexpected resilience, and ultimately, the stark realization that the facade of celebrity often conceals more than it reveals. Families have been left to grapple with a legacy defined by both glory and unanswered questions. Friends and insiders, once bound by loyalty and shared history, now find themselves at the center of a maelstrom of suspicion and inquiry. In private moments, away from the harsh glare of the media, some have admitted that they too have been left with an indelible sense of loss, not just of a loved one, but of the truth itself. As we wrap up this exploration, it becomes evident that these narratives are far from complete. The threads of evidence and testimony continue to unravel, each new detail casting further doubt on the simple explanations offered by authorities. While many will continue to believe in the official accounts, there remains a substantial and growing community of observers who insist that the full story has yet to be told. They see in these tragic events not just the end of two remarkable lives, but the beginning of a much larger quest for truth. A quest that challenges us to question what we are told and to look more deeply into the shadows where secrets lie. So what do you make of it all? Are these events the tragic consequences of a fateful accident, or do they hint at a more elaborate plot designed to keep the truth hidden? The inconsistencies and the unexplained details leave us with a mystery that is as tantalizing as it is disturbing. While some may never be satisfied with the answers that have been provided, the search for truth remains a powerful force, a call to uncover the real story behind the facade of fame and fortune. In this ongoing pursuit, every new revelation is a piece of a puzzle that, when assembled, might finally reveal the hidden forces at work. As we reflect on these revelations, remember that the narrative is far from over. Every whispered conversation, every uncovered inconsistency, and every bold claim adds another brushstroke to a canvas that is still being painted. In the end, it is up to us, the viewers, the inquirers, and the believers, to keep questioning, keep investigating, and keep seeking the truth behind one of the most enduring mysteries of our time.